I hear this sometimes. People say, just give me one thing that I can take with me all week, in the homily, instead of all that stuff. That's not the way I understand the homily, but today I do have just one thing I want to give you for you to take with you and chew on. Jesus sends out these 72, right, to every town and place he intends to visit. I don't know if we forget it or we just don't talk about it enough or not taught it, I don't know. But the nature of the church is to be in mission, to go out. Missio in Latin means sent, or to send. And maybe because we're so institutional, we've all these buildings and schools and churches and this property, etc., with investments and everything, we tend to think that this is church, like this is the nature of the church to do what we're doing, and it is to worship, right? But think of this. What did we pray in the responsorial psalm? Let all the earth cry out to God with joy. How is all the earth going to cry out to God with joy unless we go out and bring God to people in the world, right? Until everyone in the world knows God. And what do we pray every Sunday, right? And more often than that, other times, we, in our creed, we talk about what we call the four marks of the church, I believe in what? In one holy, Catholic, and apostolic church. Apostolein in Greek means the same thing, send out. And so it's the nature of the church to go out. This is overly simple, right? Don't take this as all the theology of the sacraments. But when I think about baptism and confirmation, I think about this often. Baptism is the sacrament by which we're brought into the church, and confirmation is the sacrament by which we're sent back out. If we are not taking God out, if we're not taking Jesus out, then we still don't understand who we are. Each of us is missionaries. The trouble is we use that word to mean someone going to Africa or even just Appalachia or something, But each of us is a missionary of the church. And so wherever you're going, to your neighbors, your family, your place of work, to the bar on the corner, wherever, on vacation, you're a missionary of the church, a missionary of God. And what are you supposed to do? What these 72 did. Jesus sent them out to every town and place he intended to visit, to prepare others to receive Jesus when he comes to them. And Jesus will come to everyone more than once, He'll keep coming. And if we can prepare the way a little bit, right? That our interaction with people opens them up, softens them up, however you want to think about it, to receive Jesus when he comes. That's why in that little prayer before Mass, and that's in the front of the missalettes, the end of it says, and to use the grace we receive here to take our part in the church's mission of evangelization and mercy. Right? And if we could pray that prayer every day until it finally sinks into our heads. That we're missionaries of the church. We're missionaries of God. Right? And so if you want one thing to chew on this week and for a long time after, chew on this thought that the church is by its nature missionary. The church exists to go out, right, and bring others to knowledge or prepare others to receive Jesus when he comes.